Alright, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors go out to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom Barakim to you brothers and sisters out there. Alright, this is Brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville branch. And Lord willing that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Alright, I got this word up here on Edom Online. Alright, protected or protect. It says cover or shield from danger, harm, damage, exposure, trespass, temptation, insult, etc. It says to protect, defend, cover over, cover in front. So that was really the point. Which reason why I grabbed this word is because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to protect the elect, in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah 30:7, which, like it says in that verse, he shall be saved out of it. Speaking about the elect, because Lord willing, we continue to fight and endure, continue to make our calling and election sure, we can be delivered. All right, we believe we will be delivered, from the times of trouble that's at hand. Okay, we just have to continue to put our trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Like it says in Hebrews 11:1, without faith it's impossible to please the Most High. So you got to believe, man. You got to believe. You got to continue to do the work. Do what the Lord requires of you. All right, but best believe Yahweh Shema Shai will protect us. He will feed us. He will defend us in that time from martial law. All right, from famine, from plague, pestilence, wild beasts, all right, all that. Matter of fact, it's in Psalms 91, I believe. Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. All right, which that secret place is talking about this truth. You can connect this with Ezekiel 9:4. All right, the mark of exemption. Dawa is the Hebrew word. All right, which once again represents his knowledge, his understanding. Not just knowing the scriptures, but applying them. All right, verse 2. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. So we don't put our trust in Esau, and Pharaoh. Or we don't put our trust in weapons or, carnal means. We put our trust into Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, because first and foremost, who's bringing these plagues? The Most High. So you think that the Most High, he can't defend you from the plagues that he's bringing? No, come on, man. He absolutely can. That's nothing to the Lord. All right, let me jump down here out of verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and that shows that the rapture is not real. All right, we will be amongst this trouble. We will, see these different judgments going out. All right, we're going to be here until Yahweh Shai returns and beams us up. Yahweh is our of the elect. All right, it says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So, once again, showing that we are going to be in the midst of these different judgments and calamities out here, but none of it's going to overtake us. All right, because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to defend us. So we don't have to worry about any of this BS, man. Okay, we just got to continue to put our trust in the Lord. The Lord is taking care of us now. How much more in that day? Right? The Lord is making sure that you getting your daily bread to pay your bills. You got food on the table. You're able to take care of your kids if you got them. Your wife. Okay? You're in good health. So, so you don't think that the Lord will do that, in that time? when we don't have jobs, when we don't have a house, when we don't have transportation, you know, we're going to have to put our complete and utter trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai, which we really already should be doing that. You know, but we know the flesh is weak, so we have moments of doubt, but especially in that time, the doubt needs to be less and less. Because there's nothing that can deliver us other than Yahweh Shemel Shai, bro. Point blank, period. Psalms 23 and 1, I'm going to get in the NLT. A Psalm of David. Yahweh is my shepherd. I have all that I need. Right? And that's us. We have everything that we need. All, which, you know, really is what the daily bread is. We got food. Okay, we got water. We got clothing. We got a house. We got the principal things of man. All right, we don't need $1 million. All right, we don't need a 5-course meal. Okay, we don't need a mansion, you know. What we need is our daily bread, the things that are sufficient for us to continue on to the next day in serving Yahweh Shemel Shai. We never find ourselves destitute out here. All right, let me get that word. Destitute, it says, without the basic necessities of life. Similar words is penniless, impoverished, poverty-stricken, poor, which we are the poor, but we're not poor in the sense of homeless. You know, brothers ain't homeless and scraping up change and, you know, got a cup sitting at the gas station, spare change. You know, no, brothers ain't doing that. You know, we got what we need. Some brothers got more than others. Some brothers got less than others, but we're all being taken care of. Okay, which is what matters at the end of the day. All right. It says down and out. Yeah, no brothers down and out. You know, and even when you find yourself in a low position, a low, situation, you know, find yourself in a pickle, like they say. You know, there's a brother that can help you out. You know, give you a ride. All right, brother might lend you some money. You know, you might be able to, kick it at a bro's crib. You know, for a few weeks. You know, we're here for each other, man. It's a body. Okay. Which a brother helping you is ultimately Yahweh Shemel Shai helping you through a brother, through a vessel. Okay? Just like how if you're at camp and you're teaching and somebody wakes up, you didn't wake that man up. All right, like Apostle Paul said, we planted the seeds and all that, but the Lord is the one that gave the increase. Okay? So Tawada Yahweh Shemel Shai. And if we find ourselves getting taken care of right now, and we find ourselves in situations of hardship and we get out of it now, how much more in that day? In Jacob's trouble, we're gonna be okay, man. You know, all these people out here, they're walking around, not a goddamn clue in the world what's about to go down, and they're all gonna be fucked. Because they're putting their trust in idols, you know, wood and stone, putting their trust in flesh and in Pharaoh's chariots, putting their trust in the government. All right, tangible things that is really nothing but vanity. You know, if you're not putting your trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai, what the fuck are you doing? You know? Fuck all this shit out here, bro. None of this shit is going to save you people, man. These cars, these guns, these all that, you know, stocked up. You know, now if you got a gun, great. You know, if you got some stocked up food, great. You know, if you got a car, great. But understand that all these things are tangible. None of these things are going to save you, man. Okay? Especially not no damn gun. You know, Esau loves putting his trust in that, but King David, one of the mightiest warriors to walk the earth, he said he don't put his trust in his bow. Neither will his sword save him. But somehow your gun with a mere 10 bullets is going to get you out of Jacob's trouble. No, it's not, man. No, it's not. If you get out of it, it's because Yahweh Shemel Shai wanted you to get out of Jacob's trouble. Okay? It's all predestinated, man. It's all predestinated, and the Lord is guiding our steps. And then this is one of the big things that we're going to be wondering and worrying about, you know, when we lose our jobs and all that. Oh, how am I going to eat? Well, the Lord said, look, he didn't tell you how he's going to get you the food. But the Lord said that we going to eat. So, damn it, we going to eat, man. If I could spell, we could get this going. Isaiah 65 and 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. And the ye that shall be hungry is these people out here that neglected the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that didn't want to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. You just wanted to do whatever the hell you wanted to do. You wanted to continue to be a heathen, man. You want to continue to worship idols. So you're not going to have that hedge. You're not going to have that protection in that time. Okay, it says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And we're not going to be ashamed in that day. Okay, because we placed our trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay? Because we know that if we need something, the Lord is all you got to do is ask. With faith. Now that doesn't mean you pray to the Lord for some food in that day and it's going to pop up in front of you at the, in the blink of an eye. Now that could happen. All right, but the Lord, he requires faith. He wants us to be tried. It's not going to be that easy, all right? Because we still have to be tried as a gold in the fire. But let me tell you, man, we're gonna be taken care of. Okay, we ain't got nothing to worry about at the end of the day. All we got to do is make sure that we stay loyal to the Lord. Don't take that damn chip. Continue to believe on Yahweh Shemel Shai and apply the scriptures, man. Everything else will follow suit. I'm gonna grab that. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Well, I'll start at 31. This in red, KJV, the left side. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek, but your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. So here it is, the Lord created all of us, but he doesn't know that you're hungry. He doesn't know that you need food and that you need water and clothing in a house. Like, bro, he knows. Okay? He knows all that. He's gonna sustain you. Once again, you're not gonna be destitute, okay? Verse 33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So that needs to be your focus, serving Yahweh Shemel Shai, striving for the mastery, striving for the kingdom. That's what needs to be first and foremost on your mind, and everything else will follow. Okay? Verse 34, last verse of the chapter. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Get that in the NLT. It says, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Now, that doesn't mean neglect, scheduling and planning and saving money. No. Okay? You can plan ahead and think ahead and all that, but what it's saying is, look, worry about today first and foremost. Deal with your platter bit by bit. Deal with this side, then this side, then this main course. Don't try to shove the whole plate down your throat, man. Same with steak. Cut it into pieces. Cut it into pieces, bro. Don't try to put the whole sirloin right into your mouth. No, bro. Okay? Handle what you got to handle today, and don't allow stress and anxiety to fuck you up. Oh, next week I got this, next week I got that, next month. Oh, 3 days from now. Bro, get what you need to get done today, and just trust the Lord and everything will come together. Okay? Says today's trouble is enough for today. Yeah, we got enough shit. Okay? We don't need to be stressing ourselves out, man. And especially in that time, if you got food today, water today. Oh, but what am I going to eat tomorrow? We'll deal with that when, like they say, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay? So Lord willing, this lesson, although it was short, I pray it was edifying. I pray it was exhorting. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Ba'Shem Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostle, Elder Greg Millstone,